now I'm going to show you another mystery, so that you are going to learn. According to Very Dark Mind, you're going to learn in a very hard way. This time, you are going to learn. I made sure that this lady was arrested. I said, Governor Eziokwu, made sure. I repeat, I said I made sure she was arrested. Even if it's for a day, 2 days, 3 days before I put up call to Miriam Justice, I was the one who lifted my phone and informed the woman. And she came in. And already that we have petitions, that we have cases filed in various order, in fact. Let me put it that way. And the woman came in with the strength of the Interpols to take over the matter, as she already has different cases, of which I am not going to mention too deep about it here on this live section. At some point, I wanted to just ignore this lady now and move on to life. But you see, each time I wake up and people tell me that she made a video and still repeated that every other person does not matter. If you watch me, if you can tell yourself the gospel truth, I ignored this matter. Okay, you are blocked from this page now. Come and get her from here. Nah. So at some point, one got to be a man. You got to be of standard. I ignored the past few days. Just talk about my normal regime of doing things and all that. But to my greatest surprise, she came back again and made a video again. And still calling people. At the spot where you are asking for forgiveness from a particular person out of 100 you offended, and you are still saying others, this and that. She even insulted me on that live video. But let me tell you one thing that will happen. I pray Miriam Justice forgives you and stays clear, so that another bigger picture will appear. Because many of you rant. I saw where the other Olodo, who sells bitters, was making noise that if not one, I was this and that. Oh, Miriam Justice has now turned to your sister today because there is need to plead for forgiveness from somewhere. But let me tell you one thing. The past Thursday, you have a court case. You didn't appear at the court. People like us ignored that matter. We ignored it to fuel it. Because that was need to just let you go so that you can go back to your children. The most important thing is your children. Now, I want you to realize one thing here. That woman decided to bet in everything they have is because you tampered their children. And every well-meaning thinking person will always, even at the corner where they wouldn't want to show you mercy, but when they remember your children, they should be able to consider that. Change is a thing of the mind. To err is human. But to forgive is divine. But at the same time, shall one watch you go astray? That's why I tell people, the advisors you have is the character you put up at the public. Now, before I make my videos and say things, know that I have think through, even if it's for 25 minutes. I will think through. Now, I am going to wake the unwakeable for you. This is my video, this is my face. And I'm telling you, within the ambit of the law, I repeat. Well, let me block somebody here. Your comment tells me if you'll be here or if you will not be here. Now, I'm repeating this again. Is a video because Okwamari Ibe is here. I just pray Miriam Justice forgives you. All right? But I want you to keep in record that if there is nothing of eziokwu has done to you, I left Akwa Ibom and I came, entered Anambra, and made sure you were arrested before I started placing calls to people. But right now, I'm going to show you another mystery, so that you are going to learn. According to Very Dark Mind, say you're going to learn in a very hard way. This time, you are going to learn. You're going to learn something different. But it will be within the laws of Federal Republic of Nigeria. That's within that cycle. You're going to learn now. Because if I can have the courage to live where I was, and I came, to where you were. I was not afraid of the army. Of course, the army, the soldiers were there for Nwago Atahiya, not for you. They were there because of Nwago Atahiya, not because of you. Have the courage to walk down to army. I don't know, many of you, people easily forget. Have the courage to walk into the bush where armies came with some land grabbers in my village, and I had to ask them to leave. I wasn't afraid of anything. Now, please, Miriam Justice. Please, ma. May God give you the strength to kindly forgive this lady. Then let her face the other people she said that they don't matter. That they are shit, according to her. At some point, I used to tell people, if you do me something, at all costs, I will not forgive and forget the same time. These two things I don't, because if I forgive you and forget, which means I may also become your victim the second time. If you comment rubbish here, I block you. Well, let me suspend this Ijoma. If I see you here next time, if I see your comment on this page, after the suspension, if you're just here, just stay calm and be watching. Any day you want me to deflect you out of this page, then you comment, whether good or bad. Now, the ogeoshi, this is the last video I will make. What you'll be seeing is actions according to the legal sectors. That's what you're going to be seeing. That's what you're going to be seeing right now. Before I talk, this is the step we're going to take. I will deposit 5 already ahead of you. That's what I'm going to do. So I want to see how the Interpol will scrape my case without my consent. That's what I want to see. I want to see how the Interpols are going to scrape my case against you without my consent. You will understand. You will understand that many of us understands better. You are cunningly apologizing to the woman, indirectly apologizing to the woman because you just want to have your papers and leave back to the United States. That is not going to happen. She can forgive you. That's good. That's fine. But I can tell you for free, for the last video you made, I am going to come in the mall. If you saw my strength just 1 minute, I am going to say people they look for you before. But Justice even placed $1 million, right? For anybody who can bring your details. But I'm going to tell you, and when you bought a flight to London, Nigeria, you do not know. That is what, even here, man, I'm making more fire, more OC. On a boil or boil a potato to a bemchoro. Go and mark my wife somewhere. You'll be arrested. You'll be persecuted. This face will come to persecute you. My words in the morning remains my words at night. Oh, that is not how to even ask for forgiveness. Actually, if you should apologize to anyone. Because what I see there, if you had apologized to the woman, please, guys, because I realized I have wonderful people who follows me, who listens to me, and I wouldn't want to do things that they may not like. The first day this whole thing happened, remember, I said I went to Akwa Ibom. I was in Akwa Ibom. And even when this lady came into the country, somebody like me, I wouldn't have taken any step. I wouldn't have done anything. But she made a video, and on that video she was saying, no. She didn't actually say things straight in the beginning. It was bloggers who were around her. They were saying that she's around. And many of these Ekuke bloggers were making videos, sharing, saying that she's now in Nigeria, and let's see that the heaven that will fall. Is this the best way to advise your friends? And I was watching all those videos. I left. If you watch me that night, I drove from where I was. And I came into Imo State. From Imo State, I proceeded without being blue of anything that moves by night. I was the one who called JPAC. Ask him, JPAC is alive. You know me, my word is one. I called him and said, wherever you are right now, if you don't be a man tonight, then hell falls on you. But I'm going to tell you that the laws of Federal Republic of Nigeria is not owned by any individual. I'm going to teach you that the laws of this country was not made when you were born. The law has been there, but can't be amended. I would be able to let you know. But henceforth, anywhere you are, go and mark my word. I kept quiet because I thought I saw calmness. Now let me ask you, as somebody Moruchi, somebody with a sense. Let me ask you, as somebody with a sense. When we came for that arrest, and that lady said that she was in the hotel room and she saw us. Now, if you were a woman of substance, a woman of peace, the moment you saw that an arrest was about being carried out on you, and Governor Eziokwu was on that particular place, and you went to Facebook to write, that Governor Eziokwu and JPAC anywhere believe is that they came to arrest you with DSS. Now, somebody who has sense, what that person would have done, all of this mess wouldn't have come your way. All of this mess wouldn't have come your way if you had called one person there on the phone and said, nah, I want them. Why all this? Someone like me will have conscience and either tell the police, please, let's go, we'll come back later. Two, let me make a point that you can't even imagine. There was a time while we tried to search the place, try to make sure we follow it calmly, and you get arrested. At some point, one go left, many other persons left the place, maybe as a means of placing a disguise so that they will everybody will think that you are not there again. I want you to ask yourself one question. Governor Eziokwu left. I walked out. No police. Nobody followed me. I walked out to somewhere. And I sat there. Upon while I sat there, even Njaka now will be afraid of hearing this. Many of them, everybody will be afraid, will be surprised of hearing this from me. It was the last minute for me to leave. And personally, I left to where I will speak to the beginning and the end. And it was not up to 10 minutes. 10 minutes I'm there. Straight to that room. They won't help everybody there to that room. Nobody can testify. But let me tell you, it's a tip of knowledge I'm giving you. You are fighting with the invisibles. You are fighting with what you cannot. You can never remain the same. When Edinogo was there, he said, he is Okaramado. But there are things you will understand. Not now. Not just you. Not just you alone. But to everyone who derives pleasure in what you do, according to the level of support they have given. Money dries off their hands. They will realize. I went down on that, but I went down on daytime. I went down on that, and I went down on that song. Everybody's not the same. But for that video you made over the night, you are going to face a different music that you will not understand. I repeat, it's not a threat. 2, you made allegations that some persons are planning to burn you. Some persons are planning. Then when there's Nahaga seed, nobody can do that. Nobody. These things are mere forgeries. You forge them up. You think you are too smart. Let me tell you one thing. The criminal only studies one side. But what makes a lawyer a perfect criminal is this. He or she studies criminology and how to dislodge a criminal. The police is intelligent, but they still need a lawyer service who understands the techniques of logic more than them. The church needs a lawyer. No matter how you preach the scripture, you need a lawyer. Somebody who is more cunning than everybody in that cycle. I want you to check all of them. Be sincere. All of you, be very, very sincere. Everyone who has got involved, go and check their lives. If they tell you what they go through, you'll even be surprised. But be patient.